All right, things just got serious, man. Steph Curry has what it appears to be a hamstring injury. We don't know the severity of it yet, as it's early in the morning here, so I don't have the full reports. I don't think anybody does just yet. But that's very huge for the Timberwolves, right? Man, their best players out. This should be an easy series for us. I beg to differ. I think this actually doesn't change the outcome of this series. Now, I know we should never react to a game one. But if we're going to react or if we're going to overreact, this is the overreaction. What the Golden State Warriors found that the Timberwolves can't hack or get in front of in terms of being prepared for them is they're able to match minutes very well with the Minnesota Timberwolves. And what I mean by that is this. Anthony Edwards is seeing different bodies all night. Gary Payton II is going to be very huge in this series. Played 25 minutes last night, 3 or 4, but played phenomenal defense down the stretch. Anthony Edwards is seeing a multitude of bodies when he drives to the paint. Now, this is going to be a game of adjustments for Anthony Edwards when he goes back and watches the film. He doesn't always necessarily dominate the Warriors, right? So when he drives, they're sending 2 to 3 guys in that paint, and he's just trying to finish through them, draw fouls, etc., etc. What he needs to do is he needs to understand that what he did with the Lakers is what he also has to do with the Golden State Warriors. When he drives, he's going to see about 2 guys. That kick opportunity is going to be there to cause a scramble situation, right? But also, Rudy Gobert, in this series, it's really weird because you think the Timberwolves have more size, right? But the Golden State Warriors are one of the best defensive teams in the league since adding Jimmy Butler. This isn't a Lakers team, right? Lakers might have LeBron and Luka, but the Warriors as a whole, collectively, defensively, is actually a phenomenal defensive unit ran by Draymond Green, right? I keep saying right. I don't know why I keep saying that. But ran by Draymond Green. And the reason I bring this up is because everybody thought, oh, well, the Warriors are smaller than the Lakers, so Timberwolves going to do the exact same thing. 2 different teams. 2 different style of plays. Lakers are more ISO-driven. The Warriors are more so get the ball up, get the ball out, you know what I'm saying? And they play great freaking defense on the perimeter and interior. So Rudy Gobert is not going to be able to dominate like he did against the Lakers. And I think that's going to be for the rest of the series. He had 9 points, 11 rebounds last night, but it was a struggle fest for him in terms of he only had 7 field goal attempts, only 4 old boards, which is still a lot of old boards, but they actually kind of mitigated him a lot by matching some of his minutes with a Kevon Looney and a Draymond Green front. Now, this is where it gets spooky. The Minnesota Timberwolves, their jest is probably going to be to play Naz Reid even more. He played 33 minutes last night. I don't know if they're going to start Naz Reid, but they're going to play Naz Reid a lot. But what the Warriors can do to mitigate that is all they're going to do is throw Gary Payton in there for more minutes. They're going to throw a Kevon Looney or a Jonathan Kuminga duo in there. Like, Jonathan Kuminga actually played pretty solid basketball last night when he's moving without the ball. When the ball's in Jonathan Kuminga's hands, I don't trust him, because he's going to try to make it Jonathan Kuminga time. But when he's moving without the ball or he's catching, shooting, he's actually playing pretty solid because he kind of plays solid defense too. So the adjustment that the Timberwolves got won't beat the adjustment that the Warriors got. Now let me go more in depth here. If I throw in, because Steph Curry's probably not going to play game 2. I mean, with the hamstring, even if it's grade 1, we're looking at maybe, if it's grade 1 to 2 weeks. If it's grade 2, different story, okay? First of all, Buddy Hield. Where the fuck was this at in Sacramento? Okay. The combination of Buddy Hield, Jimmy Butler, Draymond, right? Brandon Podziemski actually is expendable. He could be replaced by Gary Payton. So let's say you throw Gary Payton there. Steph Curry's not starting, so Brandon Podziemski is going to get a lot of minutes. Or you're going to throw in a Kevon Looney or a Kuminga. I personally like a Pat Spencer. I like Pat Spencer. He's at the start next game, but I think Pat Spencer should be the first guard off your bench, because I know they're going to start Brandon, and then whoever starts in Steph Curry's place, which is probably going to be Gary Payton, right? So it's going to be Brandon, Gary Payton, Draymond, Jimmy, Buddy. It's a small ball lineup. Can't really play Rudy Gobert that much because they all shoot the ball pretty well, and Draymond's knocking the 3-ball down consistently now. So it's going to drag Rudy Gobert out the paint, which is going to make a different situation. Now, the teams are probably going to live with Draymond Green shooting threes, because he might have an offer on night. He shot 40% last night. He shot 10 threes, by the way. That's like prime Draymond in 2015 against the freaking Cleveland Cavaliers shooting type of thing like that. That brought back memories PTSD-wise. So if you start GP in place of Steph, you gain even more defense. You still got Jimmy Butler, Buddy, Brandon to score the ball for you, and then you got Draymond and Gary to do the dirty work for you, and Jimmy Butler, of course, too. But then it brings a situation where off the bench you can go Kevon Looney, Jonathan Kuminga, Pat Spencer. They went about 11 deep last night, I think. What, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. They went 12 deep last night in the playoff game. That's crazy if you think about it. So they can go with that kind of bench thing right there. I think Pat Spencer gets more minutes, too. I really like Pat Spencer's game a lot. Guy Santos probably won't see too much of the rotation. Quentin Post actually probably won't see a lot of rotation unless they match Quentin Post minutes with Naz Reid. But I think they should match I think they should match Jonathan Kuminga's minutes with Naz Reid, my personal opinion. I think this series that Jonathan Kuminga can actually make some value for him because of the Sacramento Kings could use something like that. Okay. Now for the Minnesota Timberwolves side, Mike Conley can't go a whole game shooting 5 shots and going over. As a veteran PG, can't happen. Anthony Edwards on for 22. He's not going to have that bad of a shooting night, we would hope, going into a game 2. Now, that's the overreaction, okay? The overreaction is, man, Warriors in 5. T-Wolves can't do that. But listen, we have to be logical here. The Warriors are in rhythm. Yes, they played a game 7. Yes, they might be a little jet lagged, the case may be, but they're in rhythm. They had a 48-hour span in between their game to last night's game, right? The Minnesota Timberwolves, on the other hand, have been sitting for 4 to 5 days. When you sit in the playoffs 4 to 5 days without playing any contact, you know what I'm saying, go up and down, you can lose rhythm that way. And I think I saw that early last night where they just looked at a whack, where the Golden State Warriors had just played in Game 7 on, I believe, Sunday, right? And they're playing Tuesday, okay? So, like, their rhythm, they're there. They're good. And then they play again on Thursday. So, like, they're going to be in rhythm with or without Steph. They're just a good team. So, the Timberwolves have to come out, punch the Warriors in the mouth. Uppercut, elbow, because the Warriors are going to continue to make that adjustment. Steve Kerr coached a phenomenal game last night. I want to give kudos to Steve Kerr because everybody be talking trash about Steve Kerr shouldn't be our coach. Why is he doing that? But he's helped y'all win 4 rings, man. Regardless of who's on the team or not, he's a good coach, bro. He outcoached the Timberwolves coach last night. Nickeil Alexander-Walker, no show. DiVincenzo, good show in the first half. It was a struggle bus for them. Julius Randle, 18 points. He's going to have to get about 25 a night if they want a chance to beat the Warriors, my personal opinion, because the Warriors played really too well defensively, and they take good care of the ball. I mean, not take good care of the ball on the offensive end, but they get good shots on the offensive end. They get to what they want. Like, guarding that split action is very tough, dude. But it's even harder to guard it with Steph. Steph had 13 points in 12 minutes. This isn't a Houston Rockets team. Like I said, if the Houston Rockets had at least a score that the Minnesota Timberwolves have, the Warriors would not be playing the Timberwolves right now. But the Rockets are so freaking limited. It blows my mind how you be that good defensively but cannot score the ball when you need to. Okay. Now the Timberwolves, they don't defend the best, but they can score with the best of them. The Warriors guard the best, like top 3 in the league. I think they're actually number 1 post trade. And once Jimmy got there, but they also can score in bunches. Both teams scored under 100 points. It was kind of a defensive fest, low key, just a lack of missed shots and a lack of made shots last night. But needless to say is this: going into Game 2, I think we're going to see a Timberwolves team that has to know that, like, they have to win this game. They can't go down 0-2. Going into Game 2 though, the Golden State Warriors are in a good spot because they can actually steal Game 2. Making those adjustments, they can actually steal Game 2. That Gary Payton adjustment into that starting lineup could be a small thing that people won't think about, but that could be the thing that can get them the dub in Game 2. Something that small. Matching Jonathan Kuminga's minutes with a Naz Reid. You know what I'm saying? More so. And then Kevin Looney alternating with Draymond to match that Rudy Gobert. I'm just saying, like, they got so much they can do. They got so many bodies they can throw at Ant Edwards. They can throw a Gary Payton at Ant Edwards. They can even throw a Moses Moody here and there at Ant Edwards. They can throw a Jonathan Kuminga more length at Ant Edwards. They can throw a Jimmy Butler at Ant Edwards. You know what I'm saying? They can even throw a Draymond. Like, they can throw so many bodies, 1 through 5 at Ant Edwards. It's going to be a really interesting series to see how they play chess. But we'll see what Game 2 entails. I'm excited to see it because this is definitely must-win territory for Timberwolves, man. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. Praying for Steph Curry, man, because I love watching NBA basketball when all the stars are playing. I do not want to see no freaking injuries, bro. And the way his look, man, non-contact, like immediately as soon as he grabbed for that back of the leg, I already knew. Sometimes Father Time is just undefeated. No matter how much you prep the body, it's just sometimes it's just unfortunate, you know. But I definitely want to see Steph Curry back on that floor, regardless of how much I despise the Warriors. I still love good basketball, man. At the end of the day, it's just basketball. At the end of the day, we're all just fans of some team or supporters of some team. At the end of the day, win or lose, if they win a championship, if they don't, it really don't matter. Because we're just supporters, you know what I mean? Like, is we could be mad, like, oh, F the Lakers, but I think people take it too serious sometimes, man. There's more things in life than your favorite player winning or not winning a ring or not having a ring. You know what I mean? So, yeah, let me know in the comments what you guys think. It's my spook for the day. Still on there. Sayonara. Sayonara. Sayonara.